Good morning, dear students. Hope you are fine. So, in previous lesson, we have learned that reproduction in plants. So there are two type of reproduction in plants. First one, asexual reproduction, and the second one, sexual reproduction. So we have explained what is the reproduction, what is asexual reproduction. So once again, I will repeat. Asexual reproduction means what? It is a reproduction, reproduce new individual from the part of a plant, without seed. So asexual reproduction. So there are different type of asexual reproductions are there: vegetative propagation, budding, fragmentation, and spore formation. So now I am going to explain about vegetative propagation. So vegetative propagation of two types. So first one is natural vegetative propagation, and second one artificial vegetative propagation. So vegetative propagation, what do you mean by vegetative propagation? It is a type of reproduction. The plants reproduce new individual from the part of the plant, vegetative part of the plant, like stem, leaves, buds, and root. So these all are the vegetative part of the plants. That's why it is called what? Vegetative propagation. It is a type of asexual reproduction. So asexual reproductions are vegetative propagations are two types: natural vegetative propagation and artificial vegetative propagation. Natural vegetative propagation means where the plants reproduce from the real part of the plant. So maybe by root, maybe by stem, or by leaves. Plants can be reproduced from the root of the plant, stem of the plant, or leaf of the plants. So artificial vegetative propagation. Next one is what? Artificial vegetative propagation. So artificial vegetative propagation is a specific method to produce new individual by our own desire. That means we can produce what? New individual. It is done by the human beings. Example: cutting, layering, and grafting. So in natural vegetative propagation, so some plants can be produce a new individual by rooting. Reproduce new individual by root. So for example, sweet potato, dahlia, and these plants roots are very fleshy, and there are buds on the fleshy root. There is a buds on it. So when it is buried into the soil, this buds is growing to a new plants. And some plants reproduce by stem. So first example, runner. Runner means what? Runner means it is a type of plant. Runner is a type of plants which is grow horizontally above the ground. So usually, first of all, when we talk about plants, usually the stem is grow upward above the ground. In runner, the runner is a type of plants. The plants will be grow along the stem will be grow above the ground horizontally. So such a plants, when it is grow horizontally, after regular interval of the stem, so there is a point that is called what? Nodes. So from the nodes, new plants will be arise and grow into another plant. And next one is what? Underground stem. So underground stem example is what are the example of underground stem? So potato. So when we talk about potato is a type of stem. Underground, what? Modification of stem to storage food. Potato is a stem. So there is a scars on it. There are so many scars on it. So the scars is also called what? Eyes of potatoes. What is that? Eyes of potatoes. Eyes. So when we cut into pieces the potato, when we cut into pieces and sow into the ground, so you can see that the ice, on the ice there are so small buds, so the buds will be grow into a new plants. So that is called what? Underground stem. But next one is bud by leaves. Usually leaves, you can see that this is a leaf, so this is the edge. Edge means leaf margin. So some plants leaves have what small buds on this what leaf margin. So when we plant this leaf margin into another pot or somewhere, it will be grow into new individual. That is example is bryophyllum. Bryophyllum is the example of what? Natural vegetative propagation by leaves. So by leaves they can be produce new individual. So in artificial vegetative propagation, it is done by the human beings. It is a specific method to reproduce the new individual plants. So cutting, grafting, layering and grafting. So cutting, layering, grafting, these are the method to produce what new individual. In this method, so as per our desire, so we can produce a different variety of plants. You can see that different colors of rose are made by cutting of its stem. So when we cut into stem, the stem contain a small parts on it. So this stem will be planted to another place or on this in the soil. So the stem will be grow into a new plant. So these are the cutting. So these are the artificial vegetative propagation of what? Plants. Cutting, layering, grafting. Next asexual reproduction is budding. First one is vegetative propagation, second one is budding. So budding is a type of asexual reproduction. In budding, so nothing happened to the parent organisms. So here new individual is formed as an outgrowth of parent. So actually here there are two examples, Hydra, yeast. The Hydra and yeast are unicellular organism. So it is a single cell organism. You can see that it is a single cell organism, and Hydra is an example. So yeast also an example. So first one we will take Hydra. So here Hydra have an outgrowth here. So you can see that there is an outgrowth. So what happened? So this is a parent plant, or this is a parent Hydra, and here it is a what? Outgrowth. So this outgrowth will be formed into or grow into a new Hydra or new organism or new individual. So when it is grow, when it will become fully grow, so what will happen? It is detached from the parent. It is detached from the parent. It is separated from the parent, and it will be grow into a new organism, new Hydra. So yeast also same. So yeast also have some outgrowth formed, and so when it is grow and when it is mature, it will be grow into a new organism, and it is separated from the parent organism. So daughter will be grow into a new, and the parent will be continue to exist. So these are the example of what asexual reproduction in Hydra and yeast. It is a type of budding, is a type of asexual reproduction. Nothing happened to the parents, only a new outgrowth will be formed into a new individual, and it will be separated from the parents, and it is grow into a new individual, and the parents continue to exist. So today the topic we are covered only asexual reproduction. So therefore only I have explained about vegetative propagation as well as budding. So let's see tomorrow. We will meet tomorrow. So today we will wind up. Hope you understand all the topic which we have already discussed. So thank you so much.